I'm back. How y'all doing? This is Divine Diva 71 coming back at y'all with a video. Just talking about the documentary that we watched yesterday called Maxine's Baby. It's a Tyler Perry documentary. I read it was filmed over a 10-year span. Ain't that something? Now, my husband, he said that he really didn't learn anything new about Tyler Perry because he said that, I guess when Tyler Perry was doing those plays and stuff like that, that he said he read about Tyler Perry like years ago. So I was like, okay, he knew about the abuse and stuff like that. I think I say a lot of us knew about the abuse, but watching the documentary, you learn some other stuff, some things you knew, some things you didn't know. When he plays Medea, people didn't know what Medea stood for. So he talked about that. Okay. So he went through some hard times. I mean, he talked about how he became Tyler Perry, the abuse from that man, and that man who he is still taking care of. That's admirable. I couldn't do it. Cause once you do something to me, that's just I'm done with you forever. That's just me. But that's admirable what Tyler Perry is doing. So I didn't want to go into too much detail for people who have not saw the documentary yet, but it was about an hour and 55 minutes long. So put them some time to the side to watch that. We watched it on Amazon Prime. That's when we watched it at. So I just love people who just inspire others who came from such a rough background, made it through it, and they come up, they tell their story, and they inspire other people. What I got from Tyler Perry's documentary, he's the kind of person, he's hardworking, and he probably can be, he's just serious about his work, which a lot of people should be. Because say you can't be too soft on stuff because you'll get steamrolled over in that industry. You know what I mean? So for real, especially an African American man or an African American woman, we get steamrolled. So, but what I gather that he's a down to earth, honest human being who just wants the best for people. The way I look at him is, it's like he's up here. He came up here and he pulling people up. He telling you to come on in. He telling you come on in. I want you to come on. Now some people, on the other hand, that I like them, but it's something about them that just don't sit right with me. Like people like Steve Harvey. And my best buddy, we was talking about that a couple of days ago. Steve Harvey, I don't know. It's the fact that he's not the Steve Harvey that I remember back in the 90s and early 2000s. It's like he, I don't know. It's like he the kind of person, it's like he came up here and he kicking you, get back down there. Yeah, that's how I look at Steve Harvey now. That's just my opinion. That's how I look at Steve Harvey. But I look at people like Tyler Perry. He up here and he telling you to come on. He pulling you up. Come on. So, and that's what I like. I like when people, when they make it, they want others to make it too. And they bring people with them. I know everybody can't be on top. I got that. But my thing is too, if you on top, I want you, if you ain't right here with me, I want you at least right here. I want you to just, I want you right here, I don't want to leave my people back in the dust. You know what I'm saying? People need jobs. Like he said on his documentary, people need jobs, especially during the pandemic and stuff. Yeah, he did what he had to do. And the part that got me was, Mr. Spike Lee. We love some Spike Lee, but the things that Spike Lee was saying about him, but he dedicated a whole sound stage to that brother. A whole sound stage. That's why I always tell people, be careful what you say about people because you never know what they got in store for you later on. Okay? He dedicated a whole sound stage to that brother. Okay? We love some Spike Lee. But, they talked about, like my husband was saying stuff, we talked about that earlier about what they call it buffoonery and this and that. And we got all that. We got that, But like I said, Tyler Perry, he talked about that a while ago when he does Medea. He talked about what Medea, who she was, and a family member that is based on that character. And when he talks about that in his documentary, yeah, that family member he was talking about, she is no game, okay? That aunt, she ain't no game, okay? So yeah, that's what he based that off of. So my thing is, um, I don't know if it's playing on Hulu or anything else. Probably is, but we like I said, we watched it on Amazon Prime. So if you get a chance, watch that documentary. It's a nice documentary. You probably learn something that you never knew about him before, or you may learn something about him. You know, the first time. I just like to hear people's stories from, like they say, from the horse's mouth instead of hearing it from somebody else. I rather hear their story. That's why I go back books. When I brought Michael Jackson's or Jetta Jackson's book and Michelle Obama's and Barack Obama, I want to read their story. Cicely Tyson, you know, I want to read their story. And she did that book right before she passed. And my bestie brought me that book right when I was going through some treatments 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And that book, Cicely Tyson's book, is that book was funny and sad at the same time. And she had me laughing. And she had me over here like, oh, dang, you know. But that Cicely Tyson book is awesome. It's awesome. It's off the chain, I'm telling you. So that's why I like to read stuff from people from the horse's mouth. So to watch documentaries so I can hear it from the horse's mouth. That's a lot. I don't want to hear nobody else tell your story. I want you to tell your story. You know what I'm saying? So that's admirable what he did, what Tyler Perry did, what he done for the community, you know. So I commend him. I really do. God bless him. And I know he takes care of his little boy. Of course, they was blurring his face out. I understand that, you know, but you know, his son admires him, his little boy. So that's so sweet. But I ain't want to get too detailed about it. I don't like talking about too much stuff and nobody watched it. I can see if it was like, you know, 2 years old, you could talk about it, but nah, you know, it just came out a couple weeks ago. But you guys take care. I'm gonna turn my music back up, okay? I put this Christmas tree up behind me, and I'm about to get me a drink, play my music right here, right now. John Heem is playing. I'm gonna turn my music back up and get me a drink and sit by this Christmas tree and just stare at it and chill. That's what we do. Old Christmas tree up in this month. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Lay low. Stay out the way. God bless. Stay safe as much as you possibly can, y'all. Okay? And happy shopping out here. Happy shopping. Stay safe. Deuces.